Hey, everybody, and welcome to another live episode of the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show here in the Smokin' Studios. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another live Thursday night show. And we've got a kind of a big update show, right? So the way I want to treat this show is yes, they're all my friends, but we all have questions. We all have opinions on organizations and associations and why this one started. And so what I really would like to do is really focus on tonight's show to be all about the TPA. All right, so we're gonna obviously introduce everybody. I think Cathy's the only one that hasn't physically been on the show pre this show. So um what I want to do is let everybody introduce each other or introduce themselves. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to make this about their individual brands or podcasts or business. This is going to be about the TPA. This is we all have questions. It's been a year. I would like a full update. I would like a vision moving forward. So please, if you guys are watching and have these same questions, throw them in the chat box. Let's really dive in tonight because we're at a 1 year anniversary, almost a couple weeks away from the original release or launch of TPA on this show May of last year. So it'll be very fun to kind of do this little update. Now, before we bring on everybody, I do have to do some additional show updates, all right? So shirts, everybody will be here tomorrow. I was really hoping they were going to make it tonight, but they did not. Shirts will be here tomorrow. Everybody's winnings that I have will be going out ASAP as soon as the shirts come in over the weekend. First thing Monday morning, they're going out within the next couple of days. Now, as far as the other stuff, the happy birthday song with Cigar Clowns for them to choose. We're still trying to get Joe to be able to see everybody, so tagging him in it and letting him know. So we need a little bit of time on that still. Don't worry, guys. It's absolutely going to happen. Um and then yeah, so we've got our first round of shirts in, everybody. So thank you so much for supporting the show for as long as you have. That's a little bit of show maintenance and update that we got. Now, nobody comes here to watch this, right? I have a full face and body for radio. So let's go ahead and bring in the beautiful people for tonight. How y'all doing? Whoa, hold on. Here we go. All right, so now we can all hear you. Oscar is not currently getting
He's there.
work. I don't see him at all.
He's on his phone now.
Aquí sí, ¿eh?
Oh, okay. So let me switch inputs, everybody, on this. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. But while we're doing that, why don't we go ahead and let everybody just kind of, for quickness sake, just introduce yourselves as far as your role within TPA, since this is the first time we've had everybody from TPA on the show. So we'll start with ugliest first, Ish. So if you could explain.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Love you too, brother. Love you too.
What introduction?
He totally was expecting me to say you, Ronnie.
I think it's
You know what? I was waiting for it. That's thank you for going with the older bastard. I mean, the uglier
Totally.
bastard than me. Go ahead, Ish.
Totally.
Nice and slow for the crowd.
Put subtitles, please, Ryan. Do you have subtitles? But anyways, this is going slow. So, anyways, Ismail Olivan here, co-founder of TPA. And like we say, we're talking only about the TPA. TPA was born almost a year ago at the Chicago show this year, and 4 out of 5 people right here, right now. So that's me.
That's you? That's it?
That's me.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Cathy Poturny, one of the original members and support staff for the TPA, Cigar Box Marketing. I came in about, I guess, 2 weeks after the idea came about, and we've been rolling with it ever since, picking up some speed and bringing on new members. So hopefully tonight we'll answer a lot of questions, and happy anniversary, TPA.
Doctor.
Mi nombre es Oscar Emilio Rodríguez de la República Dominicana.
Do I gotta press one?
One for English, two for Spanglish.
I barely speak English, guys. Come on.
I'm gonna translate. He say, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You can be fast." That's what he said.
Hey, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez here from the infamous GTO Dominican Cigar, just representing the vast knowledge and love for this passion and art. And I love my team. I love what we do. We're going to break it down. It's going to be amazing. You guys are going to be entertained.
There you go. And as you can see, my name is Ronnie Pecorini. I'm a TPA co-founder. Yes, we're celebrating 1 year on May 16th, and we're pretty excited about it. It's a worldwide operation, and things are beginning to rock, and I hope tonight you guys also find out more of the TPA. And if you haven't joined up yet, take a look and make it happen, because we're going to make it happen for you, the consumer, also.
So what I want to start here is, I didn't get the "What are you smoking tonight" segment, but I could assume everybody's smoking a cigar tonight, unless Doc's not.
No, I got my baggie. I'm gonna let us in a second. I just want to get this stuff done right.
All right, so dude, what are you smoking?
Okay, so we're gonna do the "What are you smoking tonight?" I just don't have the 5-person thing set up. So, "What are you smoking tonight?" brought to you by Dunbar Tobacco and Trust. Forgive me, Steve, for the slide, but I've not had 5 people on this show at one time yet. So Ish, what are you smoking? And then Ronnie, Oscar, and then Cathy. Actually, you know what? No, you know what? Ladies first. Cathy, what are you smoking?
I am enjoying this Ferio Tego Metropolitan Maduro. It's my second smoke with this cigar, so hats off to Michael. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't have a boutique to smoke, so I figured I would smoke this one.
Perfect.
12 gauge BAMF.
What are you smoking?
A 12 gauge.
Okay, fantastic.
12 gauge.
What about you, Ronnie?
Well, I didn't have anything special, but I did break out my last 33 Oaks by GTO.
Nice. Those know.
I didn't have a BAMF. I didn't have a second one lined up for me, so this one's going to have to take a long time on this show.
By the way, Ryan, nice t-shirt.
I like it. It fits. I like it. As I've gotten bigger, I feel like the shirt's actually grown with me. Versus this is one of the few shirts that hasn't shrunk on me. And it's been washed every week. That's
good.
Ronnie, my fear is I'm going to need a logo that big on my shirt someday.
And look, it's removable.
It makes a really good loincloth, let me tell you.
In case for the ashes.
Think very highly of yourself.
It's for my ashes. There you go.
What are you smoking, Doc?
I'm smoking our new PCA release. It's called the Royal Game. You look at it sideways.
He's talking like he said something. Awesome. Did you guys hear him say something?
Yeah, I heard him.
It's a lot of echo, but yeah.
Yeah, we got some echo coming through on him. His connection must not be.
I can translate again. He said he's smoking one of his cigars, but he wished he was smoking a BAMF or something like that. But that's okay. Next question.
All right, everyone. So what I want to do is I want to start the show by talking about membership and acceptance within the community, as far as a lot of the things I got last year was, why do we need another organization? We already have, you know, one that won't be mentioned on this show, and we have PCA and TPA. What's the better? What do you guys bring? So, how have you guys kind of been answering that question over the past 12 months?
Who was first?
Ish, I think we addressed this last night really well.
Yeah. So TPA was just born, not just thinking just in the factories or the brands. To be honest with you, how it was born is thinking on the consumer and media, because ultimately without consumer is no factories, is no brands, and ultimately with no media telling to the consumers what is up there, is still the same thing. So I don't think, maybe now they start, to pay a little attention and do it, but I believe that we are the first ones having from factory, manufacturer, which is the same thing anyways, the brand, and accessories, pipe tobacco, pipe accessories, cigars, and consumers, and media, the whole thing combined. So we will help each other. So the idea was born like this. Like I say, well, why we have to break somebody's bank to do this when we can do it way cheaper and help each other, with the knowledge that is in this panel and with the connections that we have. And and we're not here to compete against anyone whatsoever. I don't care the AAA that it is, or CIA, or whatever A. It's many A's associations. So we're not here to compete with no one. We are here to help each other and to help premium cigars, and to help the pipe tobacco, and to help the accessories, and to help mostly the consumer. So it's a little fee to pay and a lot to win. From knowledge. No, if we don't know something, don't worry. We will find somebody else that he will know and give you the right answer, no a BS answer like most people do, or whatever it is. And that's how it was last year. Back in the Chicago Pipe, it was Ronnie, it was Ken, it was Oscar, it was me, and that's how it was. So if I'm missing something, go ahead, guys.
Yeah,
Cathy,
we are actually missing
No,
one co-founder, folks, just to let you know.
Oh yes,
Ken
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 Dorbacher.
Dorbacher of the
Dorbacher.
Chief Cigars.
Yeah.
He does have an event tonight, so he apologizes. He will try to get on, but we told him he's got a big event. Don't worry about it. There's the four of us can handle it. Just to let you guys know.
So let's kind of dive into it a little bit more, because again, it's like, okay, we have multiple associations and groups within the cigar industry, right? Why a new one? What? Because I know that nobody wants to kind of attack another association, but the reality of it is you guys are kind of in competition for membership, in the sense that some might only be able to choose one or the other. Hold on, just let me, before you shaking your heads,
I'm a
somebody
bobblehead.
financially might only be able to choose one or the other, or see value out of only one or the other. Now obviously it would be great for every association to show equal amount of value, for everybody to be able to be part of it. But if you guys have somebody coming up to you and saying, I have a decision, I can be part of X or I can be part of you. Here's my reasons for X. Why are my reasons for you?
Well,
Cathy,
I
why don't you
think that
take that
first
one?
part, the first part of that is, thanks, Ronnie, is that, as Ish said earlier, the mission is to be inclusive. But we're talking about strengthening industry connections, right, by our networks. For instance, huge discussions in our past meetings about the tariffs and how that impacts the brands, and what is the reality and the trickle down from the actual factory to the consumer, explaining the tariff in a way that everyone can understand. We're not in this business. None of us get paid for this, but being informative and being able to answer the questions of the members, which, by the way, were many. I mean, we were on for over 2.5 hours just going through the quote, the numbers. So you're talking about strengthening not only the connections, but the knowledge and the growth, so that our brands, our retailers understand what the impact is for everything that gets thrown at us. Ish, you had the numbers in front of everyone on the screen. There was all black and white, so nothing was figurative. It was completely literal. And there wasn't a quiet mouth for the entire night. Everyone had questions. Everyone got their questions answered and walked away feeling like they understood it a hell of a lot better. So that's one of the many things. And we talked about this also. You know, other organizations, what their goals are, who's lobbying for what, who they represent. Big statement, who they represent. We're not in the mind of saying we're representing a legacy brand. We're in the mind of saying we're representing the people that are inside of our community that want assistance, that want to grow, whether it's from a vendor relationship, whether it's from an event, whether it's from an educational standpoint. So that's my contribution to that question, Ryan.
And Ryan, just before I say something else, you say why this association and not the other association? Well, in this household, it's only two persons. It's my wife and it's myself. She likes vegetables, I like meat. She has an Audi, I have a Ford. So it's many things for many people. That doesn't mean that we're in competition and we have to eat the same thing or try the same thing, if it makes any sense. It has nothing to do, but it makes sense, right? So you choose whatever you want to do. The only thing, why TPA? I'm not going to tell you why. You have to explore it by yourself. Go to the website and tell what we give you and what the other guys give you. Again, it's no competition. We are here to help people, period. And for the little money that you pay, and you have discounts, you have a first, taking in whatever show that we are going to be doing. That is going to be several a year. Mm-hmm. We thought we are going to be 2 or 3. Probably it's going to be between 4 and 6 every single year, no matter what. So, that's what we give. And again, it's not just for the little guys or for the little people call craft, boutique, premium. I call it, or whatever you want to call it, legacy. Legacy actually is only like a 2 or 3 brands, pass from family member to family member. Everyone is just whatever it is. So I call them small, medium, and big companies. And we try to help the small ones. But if the big one want to be part of it, as long that they know that the booth is going to be a 10 by 10 like the rest of everyone else, you're welcome to join. We're not going to say no to no one, but it has to be in the same that the rest of us. Not because you have the money, you want to come with a 5,000 square feet when somebody else has only 10 square feet per se, if it makes any sense. So this is a thing for everyone, just to help each other. That's all.
It's basically a level playing field, Ryan, for everybody. Just because we're the co-founders and kind of where we're trying to get help with direction, we bring everybody in. We feel that we can be part of everybody. Everyone has something to say. We're going to listen. We're going to try to incorporate everybody's feelings. There's no dictatorships here. There's no one-of-a-kind person that makes all the decisions. There's a board to say, but everybody is more than welcome to be part of it. We're also looking for people who want to be part of the show. We're looking for committee members worldwide.
So how are you guys actively seeking out memberships today? Are you reaching out to groups? Are you looking for collaborations? How are you bringing in active membership? And how many active paying memberships do you guys currently have?
Well, what we're doing is everybody, all 4 of us have associates. Everybody knows people in this industry, from retail shops to factories to blenders, everybody. And it's just not just cigars. Again, like Ish said, this is for anyone that has any business whatsoever with the leaf. Okay? Any accessories, anything that participates with tobacco. So that is pipes. It's
now
ashtrays,
that's what makes
lighters.
yours. That's what makes yours very, very unique in the pipe tobacco, cigar, accessory world. I don't know that there's an accessory organization, or if there is, I certainly haven't heard of it. I'm sure there is. So that is kind of the really big value that you guys bring, is merging all verticalities within tobacco itself outside of cigarettes. Very, very important distinction of that.
No
cigarettes.
hookah, no cigarettes,
no hookah,
weed.
no cigarette, no weed, nothing
These
else
are
other than
this, but this is not part of it. I do it because I want to, and that's it. And because but it's not. And another thing is mobile launches, very important. And again, like you were saying,
Right.
yeah, we bring everything, but the most important thing, don't forget, and no association has this, none to my knowledge, and that they start to do now, is customers. The customer is the one that we focus on it. So why not give discounts to people? Why not get everything together? Like I always said, what I gain to be a customer, members of the TPA. Well, you gain at least a 10% minimum. If I want to give you 20 or 30, that's up to me. Oscar want to give you 20 or 30, it's up to him.
Right.
But minimum is 10%. It's mandatory. And you are like a his and hers, for instance, it's a lounge. You go over there, you say, I'm a member of the TPA. They see that you are a member of the TPA, any cigar will be 10% off. So right in there, your $50 a year, in 5 cigars, you already make your $50 back per se. So it's just to help people. And again, what you're right to have 10 sales and give you 10%, or no sales 100%. So it's common sense.
So what I hear like you're saying is the shops that participate in TPA
Mm-hmm.
will have the ability or are required to give other
Required.
TPA members
Give a 10% minimum.
a 10% minimum, and then Oscar, you guys could all do your own. Now, how are you as manufacturers giving? I get the retail side, but how are you as manufacturers? Are you letting the manufacturers know, hey, listen, if a TPA member comes in and they buy a BAMF, they get an additional 20% off plus your 10 to make it 30? Or how is that set up? Does that make sense? So
That's up to you.
Doc's
That's
not
up to you.
following me.
No, it's member of the TPA has a 10%, whatever it is. If the shop at that time they have you buy a box and it's 20%, well, and you remember again, it's not you go to a shop and it's hopefully happen, but one day it might happen. But you go and in normal shop, probably it's about 200 people going back and forth for the whole week. Maybe only 5 guys are member of TPA. The guy is member of TPA. Why? Because when he buy tobacco from me or he buy tobacco cigars from Oscar, he's getting already 10% off. So when they give you 10% off, he break even. So really, it's not losing money. Then if he wants to put the 20% in the boxes, it's up to him. That's what he wants to do. That's the shop and the manager or whatever, the owner business. But they already getting the tobacco from us at 10% less. So when a member comes,
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Now I'm absolutely following you. You're giving your TPA discount on the back end,
yes,
and they're giving a 10% on the front end. So what you're doing is you're allowing the store owner to get a bigger discount on your product because they're TPA. And
absolutely.
then the default discount for every TPA member is 10%.
Look, put it this way. I just opened the lounge, okay, like a few months back. I buy a cigar for Oscar, and the bill in mine is $1,000. For $1,000, I'm gonna have a 10% discount, no matter what. If he want to give me more, welcome, but minimum is 10. So instead to pay $1,000, I pay 900. Now you come over here to the shop, and you show me that you're a member of the TPA. I'm gonna give you 10% discount. I already have from his cigar the 10%. So the retail is not losing nothing; it's gaining. It's not losing.
Yeah, because he's keeping his. It's not like
Right.
he's reducing the price by 10%.
No, it's not. He already had the 10% from the get-go.
Okay. So then, what is your membership looking like today?
I don't know. What is 50?
Okay, so
I don't know. I really don't know.
yeah, I have to look at that. We had a really big increase. We had about 10 new members come in the last 3 weeks. I have to look at the numbers right now.
Yeah.
And it's a mix of couple of mobile lounges, retailers, brands.
And consumers.
What?
And
What's
consumers.
that?
Yeah, it's
And
consumers as well.
consumers also are joining.
And consumers.
So
It's like a
understand
three or
this,
four.
Ryan. We did
We have
have a little
enthusiasts.
low. All right. First of all, yes, we're coming up on a year, but that year also in the beginning took time to get people in place, put it all together, making sure the website's good, writing it up, tweaking it as we're going. We had a low for about 3 months because everybody was actually very busy. So we did take a little bit of a hiatus. Not that we wanted to. It's just unfortunately we
Yeah.
got busy. We now picked it up again. I would say the last month, and
About
now we're definitely in full, pedal to the metal gear. And like Cathy said, we just picked up 10 new members recently, and we are now promoting ourselves, marketing ourselves better, and we are out there talking more about the TPA. It's like Oscar and Ish, they were just at the big event a couple of weeks ago, and the word got out there. Where one of our associates, Barry Bones Argento, he was out there talking to people. So he's got a role of dealing with retailers. Ish has brought other people on who are also getting the word out. And Brian Joyner from Big Fella Cigar Lounge, he, excuse me, he's taking care of the mobile cigar lounge people here in this country. So it's all beginning to come in. And again, we are always looking for people who are interested and involved, who want to help in some way. We will find a committee or something to help us get the word out. So we are growing. The exact
And to
number, we don't have that right now. I'm sorry, we weren't prepared. We didn't think about that, but it is growing. All we know is definitely we have 10 in the last few weeks.
But
Okay.
I
and
like
the
to
answer the
say
other part of
what
I
else?
think
go ahead,
that
Doc.
um there's a lot of groups out there. This isn't the end all. We are a growth in process, but here we're a think tank, and you've got some of the best in the industry. Um, there's a lot of groups out there, and since we're not the bar for anybody, like I think we're just a different group. Um, it's like I think many people are thinking that we have all the answers. And technically we do because I've been in business all my life. My sub brand has been out there for 15 years, but so I've got a lot of knowledge. If you anybody that joins us can ask us, and we'll work as a group to help that person. So it's not this isn't the end all. It's not the one and only. CRA doesn't do anything for boutique. PCA doesn't do anything for boutique. Um, the BCA has its own agenda. We have another agenda. This agenda here is if you're a member, you ask questions, we'll sit down and we'll brainstorm how we can help you. All of us. There's none of us here trying to pull a leg of something, trying to get ahead of the other one, or but we'll all brainstorm and work with each other. So I don't see that we're competition to anybody. It's a great group with none but the best in all the fields. We got a little bit of everybody here, and if we don't know the answer, we don't have any problems going out there and finding the answer. We'll bring in people from different places. So we're unique in that way. But I don't want anybody to think that, oh yeah, TPA, we're going to take over the world. No, we're not. We're going to smooth the process to get the world. That's what I think.
And to add to that, Oscar, and so you know, Ryan, last year about October or November, it was this lady. She has 75 pallets of full leaf and cigars stuck in Miami. And somebody asked her, what happened? She said, well, my import is not doing his thing. They don't bond it. They don't do it. Was a disaster. So somebody told them, why you don't join the TPA? And she did. And I make a big post about it with a video and all of that. She joined the TPA a day like imagine today at 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning. By 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I was in Miami with the 75 pallets, video recording, saying that's what TPA can do for you. And we just helped. 75 pallets is a lot of tobacco. You're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that she will lose because the imported, it was not right. They don't have the bond. Custom was giving problems. She, yeah, you can help her. I said, well, is she joined the TPA? Yeah, we can help her. Otherwise, sorry, we just at one association. We cannot help each other to everyone. Just be a member. Like I will help first my family member than the neighbor. I'm sorry, I might, I love the neighbor, but if both person they need my help at the same second, I'm sorry, my family is first. Same thing to us. TPA is a family. That woman is saved probably $150,000 to $250,000 just because he became a member of the TPA last October. And I have it. You can go to Instagram and you will see the video, you will see the pallets, you will see everything. That woman was crying like it's not tomorrow for $200 a year. She saved what, $250,000 for $200 a year.
Mm.
So there you go. That's who we are. Just help.
And
I mean,
again, too, to that point, we're talking about also the business itself, but these ancillary relationships. You asked a question about how are we getting the word out. Well, obviously that the game of telephone, the networking part of the game, but the email, reaching out to various organizations like the mobile lounge, right? The retailers, being able to coordinate, or if you're in a retailer and you want to break in, okay, here's our relationships, putting out the member roster, making sure that social media is being followed, like, share, follow, post, repost, help the algorithms work for us, make sure that everyone is in the same boat as we are and we're all bailing at the same time, so to speak. But looking at some of the people that are in the group and their business experience, it may not be just their cigar experience, but their business, their marketing. We talked to Ish about distribution and manufacturing with Oscar. So we're getting the word out in a lot of different ways, but it is definitely a word of mouth. Email, staying in touch with our members, letting them know. I mean, what's the worst thing in the world is joining an association and never hearing from them except when the renewal comes in. That
Yep.
sucks. So every week we have a meeting. It may be a longer meeting, it may be a shorter meeting, but the topics are what is of interest to the members in the group. So if it's just a herf and it's a hangout, God love it. But there's always something happening. Reaching out to the governmental entities, the Congressional Cigar Caucus, what's going on? There's no representation. It's falling apart. Dan Mauser did something in February. That was about it.
Are you
Yep.
guys recording your meetings and posting them so that way members that aren't there can follow up on them? Obviously, if it's a herf, no.
If it's just us, five of us, or four of us, or three of us, yes, we do. When it's more people, no, out of respect. Yeah, some people want to be recorded, some people don't want to, so we don't. You just take notes. Why wouldn't do that? Because many people, remember, it's many people that probably talking with another associations, and it's put it this way: associations, you go like a cigars. Oh, I would never smoke a flavor cigar. Well, and it's over here on Instagram or whatever with me talking one day or on Discord or whatever. I would never smoke, you know, any flavor cigars. Next day, I have in my big commerce an order for a whole bundle of cigars. The same guy that told me he's not smoking. So it can happen the same thing, I would never join this guy or whatever. So it's people, it's weird people in the world. So we just don't record it. We just, it's like a big family reunion, whatever you want. Every Wednesday we have a reunion and have fun. And you have questions, we answer. We don't know, we will let you know within a day or less. And that's what we do. Just help each other. Simple like that.
So
Ryan, a big part is basically for us TPA members, we do not want to ever down another organization. The same way we hope that they are not downing us. Yeah, we probably
we know that's not
are
happening.
infecting.
And
Well, we know people are definitely dislike the fact that we have started this. We
and
get
very
it.
important that we never mentioned this. All the founders, we pay our membership with our own money. Not because we're the co-founders or whatever, or the founders, we don't pay. We pay like everyone else. And we can show you the bank account whenever you want. You want to see it right now? I see the screen. That's the money over there. You want to see, I don't know, plane tickets, whatever. Let's go to I don't care, to a steakhouse, dinners, whatever. It's not. Every money is coming from there. It will be for a phone number. It will go for a website. It will be to do a pamphlets, flyers, whatever, to give to the members something. We don't spend a dime, a penny on us whatsoever. And it's
And
over
all,
there.
and
And all
also, Ryan, one important thing is um, that we are trying to, or we're going to set aside a fund in case any member runs into any work hardship or anything. Like Ish mentioned last night, let's just say a lounge, a TPA member lounge, gets flooded out or something happens. we'll have some kind of money set aside to assist that member. Might not be a lot because obviously we just started. We don't know what's going to happen 5, 10 years down the road. But if we can help that member somehow, some way, that is what we're going to try to do. You know, if there's a fire in someone's factory and they lost something, if we have something, we want to help. That's kind of a little bit of a mission that we want to establish and look into for the future.
Okay.
In other words, it's more giving to receiving.
Sure.
And people can talk, you know, let's be honest, people will be talking shit, whatever, it's never happened, this. Well, here we are to prove it. And like he said, for instance, as long as it's a 10% or whatever, it could be just $200 in the account, so the account doesn't get closed. But if we have $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, so somebody has a fire, a floor, like he just said right now, or I did yesterday, that money goes to that member. Or I don't know, or they just pray late and they cannot work and they need to pay the bills. That money at the end of the year it will go to the member. So that's what we do. Tell me another association do that for the members. Tell me just
okay. I have Richard here because just backing up a little bit, just trying to keep up with some of these questions of people coming in. Richard here says that he actually hasn't gotten an email since he joined last year. I don't know if it's like a fall through the cracks type deal. But I just wanted to bring that up because if that is the
Absolutely.
case, please look into Richard Beard and make
I
sure
just
that he's
sent the letter. Yep. Richard, please resend your email to us. We'll confirm. And anyone else, if you're on right now and you are a member or interested in becoming a member, please text us or get email to us and make sure that we have you. And we apologize, Richard, if you never have received one. Obviously, there's something wrong there, and we will definitely investigate it and make sure that you will get updates. So,
which is weird because it happened. It could be misspelled on the email or whatever. But we have a member that we all love and know the guy. I don't know how to put the name.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure we brought that up because Richard's a big fan.
Richard,
he's good people.
Richard, email us. Just email us at info@tpa.rocks. That goes to the whole entire our board.
Yeah.
The one with Ish, we handle the back end of things. We'll look into it for you. And thanks for bringing it to our attention too, because we've sent out numerous emails in the last 2 weeks that should have gone out.
Hey Ronnie, will you put up the email address since you're typing? Bruce just asked to what email, and then Doc, if you could turn your phone sideways.
Let me put my cheaters and I will do it. Hold on. Let me go over here.
Put my cheater sign.
All right.
Ish is turning 70 today, so.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Richard, we got it. Thank you, Richard.
So.
And Bruce, put in your information also.
I don't know if
get your memberships in there, guys.
That. I just put it over here, but I don't know if this chat is for us or it's for everyone else. I have no idea, Ryan.
Oh yeah, you could put it in the put it in the like YouTube chat. YouTube or Facebook chat. Yeah. Ronnie was in there typing. That's why I asked him to do it.
Ronnie, so put it.
Don't ask Ronnie to do anything.
Info@tpa.rocks.
Nothing's wrong with 70, Bruce. I was just teasing Ish because he puts his cheaters on.
Info at.
There we go. Richard's got it. Info@tpa.rocks.
Yes.
So if you're watching and you would like to have information, whether you're a manufacturer, an accessory maker of any kind, or just a lover of the leaf, reach out at info@tpa.rocks and they will get you all the information that you need.
But I can tell you something, even Cathy, it has problems. For some reason, something happened with Microsoft Office or whatever it was, because she was not getting the emails. I was getting emails. She was not getting emails. And it happened for a few weeks, as a matter of fact. Then people yesterday, they were not getting emails. That's kind of weird. And then you have people that they have like a 5-6 emails and they call you, why you email so many times? We email you 4 times in 2 months or 3 months or whatever. So you can't
make everybody happy, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of ask. Last year, when you and Roddy came on, you had given an introductory rate, and if I
Yeah.
remember it correctly, it was $100 until the end of summer for people to sign up.
Yes.
What are we looking at now that we're a year in at renewal full rate for consumer manufacturer everybody? It's all $200.
No, it's not.
No.
It's manufacturers, brands. It will be $200. You have like I said, like you have the core, the lights, accessories, $200 because you're making money selling them. Consumers and media, it will be $50 today, tomorrow, and 2090. That's the matter. They will never change. It's gonna be $50 no matter what for the consumer and the media. They help us. They buy from us. So why we are not gonna help them? And the same terms apply. The 10% it goes for them as well. You media and you go over there and you are a member and you buy something from Oscar, it's gonna give you 10% as a minimum. Me, I'm gonna give you 10% as a minimum. So no matter what. The rest of them that we're making money, like factories, brands, like I said, accessories, pipe tobacco, whatever, they pay $200, but they get more they get benefits as well. Even if you give a 10%, you still have the benefit. Because like I said before, you becoming a member of the TPA, you might need 300 members and 200 members, they go and buy from you. Or it's 200 members that you didn't have before. So you rather to have a 10% off that you have to give off to 200 people, or rather to have 100% off?
Well,
nothing.
let's be honest here. A retailer giving 10% off should never be a fucking problem. It's 10%.
No, it should.
Like
It should.
I can bitch at Taco Bell and get 10% off. Like and not even have to order anything from there. Like so that's a really easy decision for a shop owner to make. Okay.
Absolutely.
What is Taco Bell?
I only said that because of Oscar. It's
Chihuahua.
the best. It's the only.
Why is it I can't hear Oscar? It's terrible. I don't know why, guys.
It's the only good Mexican food in this country. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding.
Ronnie, it's his accent though. He doesn't have the proper English like I do, for instance. So it's just...
Yeah, you know what? La Fangoul. Proper English.
Oh my God, Speedy Gonzalez.
Sometimes Ish would be beneficial to have closed captions, especially after a few drinks.
I just steal my first wine.
I'm gonna get him an LED board right here. This is closed.
Ryan, I'm gonna give you a tip, and all the audience a tip. When you hear somebody with an accent, it's because at least two different languages. Respect that. They're trying their best to speak your language.
That's why you don't hear an accent. I get tongue tied in English. So
I know the feeling.
Yeah, right. It must be a bulb thing. I don't know.
I don't know. Ask Ronnie.
For those of you that don't know, that's actually a
we
wig
have hair.
that Ish is wearing. He takes it off at night and hangs it up. I put it on and worn it at his house before, so it's interesting.
Yeah, right. What was that? Bullshit?
Bullshit.
Yes. Just for men. There you go.
So, okay. So we're looking at $200 for any seller or shop owner, and then $50 for consumer media.
Yes.
So last year we talked about potentially, because I think where you guys are going to specialize in, at least in the beginning for a while, is the boutique lines, is the smaller manufacturers. And I don't think you guys are balking at that and have fully embraced that.
It's not boutiques.
Well, it's smaller, not massive million cigar a year companies is my point.
It's a small business, new business, that they need somebody to push them out. Now, again, we're not selling the cigars for them. Don't get me wrong, because somebody just called me probably about 3 or 4 months. Oh, if I join the TPA, you want to sell my cigars for me? Well, no, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I'm going to put you in the right way. I'm going to give you some names, some phone numbers, and you can call and you can call them and email them or whatever. But I'm not going to sell the cigars for you. So I will say my cigars
you
for
guys
me.
will help with distribution.
We help with distribution. We help with import. We help with everything.
Well, yeah,
Guidance
you'll
as
consult.
well.
You'll consult
Yeah,
on distribution.
Consult.
but
Yes.
but
and
not
other
because
things.
not because a new brand. Imagine ABC brand today comes and say, "Hey, Ronnie, Cathy, whatever, Oscar, Ken, Ish, I remember because I give you $200, you're selling the cigars for me, right?" Well, that's not how
Oh
it's happening.
no.
Okay? But
No,
some
that's
people they think like, "Oh, they want to sell the cigars for me." Well, not. It's
no.
not.
And quite
It,
frankly, if you want Kathy to go door knocking, it's going to cost a lot more than $200 a year, probably.
yeah.
Anyways, you
an
Well,
hour.
know.
just call
That's
Kathy
an
and she
hour.
can help you market. I mean, cigar box marketing is a big part of the TPA. She
Yeah.
markets and helps, and it's another part of the TPA is that we have people that can assist you one way or another. Like Dr. Oscar and Ish, they have their own factories. They can help guide and help blend and deal with the factory end of it and the importing
Yeah.
your tobacco from wherever your blender
Wherever in the
is,
world.
and you know we will have people to help you, assist you how to box, labels. There's so much that we have contacts with that we're able to assist any member in any way. Consumers, again, is what Ish is talking about, is we're
Yeah.
trying to put you in a position to buy your passion at a cheaper rate and get out there. I mean, that's all we're here to assist, guide, consult, and do whatever anybody can or wants in the tobacco industry, one way or another.
So
And it goes.
And
Yeah.
think
Go ahead.
about this:
Go ahead.
how many brands have you seen? How many brands have you seen come out with a name, spent the money, spent the time, and then had to change in midstream because they didn't go through the proper channels to ensure that that was a brand that they could call their own. They had to change
a
it because there
lot,
was an infringement on the name.
a
It
lot.
happened. We see it.
I
Yeah.
know somebody.
So
I know somebody
instead of
very well that's actually gone through that battle, not naming any names of any kind, and it
as have
was and it came out okay for everybody, but it's something that nobody wants to go through.
Well, yeah, I'm making cigars
no,
for one
because it's a
brand.
huge expense.
It's massive.
I'm making cigars for one brand that they just started a few months back, and they had to change the name and last week, 2 weeks ago. So just call us, and we will find out if somebody has a name or no, if somebody has this or that, because people think that Google is the answer for everything. Okay, and I can prove you wrong right now.
Oh yeah.
Now you can pick up right now your phone and ask Google or Siri or whatever you want to call. You go and say, okay, why eating vegetables is so good for you, and it will tell you why it's so good. Now all of a sudden you go and say, Google, why eating vegetables is the worst thing that you can do, and it will give you a totally different answer what is bad for you. So people that rely on Google, they better start to open their eyes, and Google is not the answer.
Well, yeah.
And
To your point, a lot of people that are. You take a Fuente, right? You take a Fuente. He's got 100+ trademarks for cigars that he doesn't even have out yet. That obviously, if you Google it, you're not going to know that that's already trademarked, kept by him.
Yep.
You have to
Yep.
hire a trademark lawyer to search the databases, and that costs a lot of money.
A lot.
Trademark patent attorneys usually entry level are 250, 300 an hour up.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we have a relationship. We do have a relationship with a trademark attorney, and we've negotiated a little bit of a decent, number with him. And he's a long standing attorney, has a lot of experience in trademarks and as well in the cigar world. So again, that's another benefit. And I'm talking to him about another client, and he said to me, I can pretty much look right now and tell you there's something with this word that's not going to happen. It's not going to pass muster. And if the client, in some instances, says that, screw it, I'll go with it. Well, we just had Mattel serve us with a stop order to say, I forgot what it's called. I can't remember. Stop, or we're going to take you to court, and
Cease and
now you have to
desist.
pay because we would
Cease
lose.
and desist.
It wasn't a cease
Yeah.
and desist. It's a legal, basically, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, And what do we have to do? We had to stop what we were doing. By the way, that took 9 months. 9 months.
Yeah.
And now he's got to start all over again. So not only does he pay for the trademark all over again to run the patent statute.
Yeah.
So for $200 a year, you get these. So where are these benefits outlined on the website as far as like $200 a year gets you XYZ?
They are.
It's there, and we're always updating the website. Cathy and Ish are constantly talking about information. I mean, again, folks, you got Oscar Rodriguez out there right now. His family goes back 150 years. Ish has several factories throughout the world. These are two main guys who are in it. I mean, this is their thing, and they understand what it takes to start from the seed all the way into your mouth, basically. And we had one question about tariffs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
These are the information that we can give, and if you're a member, we will be able to get that answer. And if we don't have it for you right away, like Dr. Oscar said, we're going to find the answer and do whatever we can. We're not just going to give you smoke up your ass there, basically. We're going to give you the right information, or look for that right information to assist you to make the best proper decision for yourself and your needs.
Absolutely.
Not many people are going to do that.
No, and to that point, there is no organization out there presently that gives. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, just saying. There is no organization, period, that gives not just a fuck, but a flying fuck about anybody trying to start this. And if you could tell me who they are, I'd gladly love to talk to them, because, like this is what I tell people: their expectations are high without giving nothing. If you want to do business, you got to put money into making money. Money makes money. So there isn't anything that's free. We're technically nonprofit. We don't make money. None of us are making money, but we're kind enough to share our knowledge. All of us are masters of our own trade. I can't tell you how many people use many forums to consult me as a physician, and that's not even normal play for most people. But if you're a friend, I don't have a problem talking to you. If I know something, I'm gonna tell you. So like, we continue to be a work in progress, and I tell people you can lean on us because we're genuine. But I know of no organization that does that for a new guy, for a consumer, and even the only one giving us grief are the people that do all of the media. It's like they've got this thing, not your show. Your show is fantastic. I think you do a very fine and eloquent job of distributing knowledge and wealth. To me, you could stay on. But I know there's a whole bunch of other guys out there that I'd rather they shut down, because all of a sudden I know these people to not be any professional in anything that they do, to be out there yakking on a freaking radio, telling people what to do and what to smoke and what's good and what's bad. Who the hell made those people without any education, with any lineage or anything that they know, that to make them the authority on anything? I challenge any one of them, if they're listening now, to come on this forum or our forum. I'll make it public, and let's talk about what the hell they're talking about. Because most guys say this is good. You know why it's good? Because I get the sponsor to freaking good it up. I get bottles of it. I'm gonna talk about it. But do I really know what barley is in here? What wheat? What rye? What specimen of corn was put into this bourbon? Hell no. So why should I be judging anybody's shit? So I tell those people to calm themselves down, stop talking bad shit, applaud when people get together and try to help the other guy. That's what we need to do. More help, more love, more hugs. And that's better than anything. Is this but let me say this. Is this the wonderful end all business to make money? Everyone in this room knows that this shit don't make money. So if you're doing it to make money, stop now. Cease and desist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
make money doing this.
to your point though, I should say to the other side's point of Doc, what Doc just said is that I think there's a lot of people in the media world, and Ronnie's coming from the media world just as much as I am, a lot more in depth than I am in
Perfect, Doc.
this, but
Perfect.
I think a lot of people inside the media world are cynical of a new group, are cynical of a new organization, and it's not that they don't see the value of it; it's that they've seen a lot come and go, and that's what I've heard a lot from a lot of people that have reached out and talked to me. Is I've heard dude, we've seen these things pop up, they go. Now where I think you guys have it above and beyond somebody else is you guys are industry people on top of founders of the organization, so really you guys are going anywhere, and I think that's what makes this organization different. Plus, you guys aren't charging thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year or a month or a day or whatever, like some of these other organizations are doing. And so I think instead of going for the jugular, let everything kind of play out and let your success win. Because there's
Ryan,
organizations
people
I
hate what they
know
don't
of.
understand.
Correct. And right now, the cigar world doesn't understand a consumer accessory pipe cigar organization. They don't. It's an organization that it makes total fucking sense for me. Why wouldn't an organization like that exist? Why wouldn't an accessory organization want to keep the cigar industry around? They clearly have profit involved in it, and so I think where you guys are changing a lot is you're not just bringing leaf, you're not just bringing tobacco together, but you're bringing all facets of tobacco together, and
Correct.
that's sticky.
Yeah.
Does that? And so because you're doing that, you're doing something that nobody's done before.
But put it this way,
And for a
Ryan.
lot of people, they're like, "Why the fuck would you waste your time doing that? It's not going to work. It's not going to last."
But
It just prove them
But put it
wrong.
this way, you know how actually the whole TPA started? Because nobody knows. Only Ronnie and I, we know. And Ronnie and I, we're talking before we went to Chicago. It happened in Chicago, but he and I were talking probably 2 months prior to that. You know what the TPA started? Just for one simple reason. Say, why people are not helping another people, why the consumers is not involved, why the media is not involved, and why you have to pay $700 or $800 a year to have 2 or 3 emails saying welcome to the show or whatever, blah 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 blah. And that's where we started. I said, well, yeah, that's and he called me, we talked, I said, okay, see you in Chicago, let's do it. And that's how it started. It's just to help people, not to make money. Again, like Oscar said, if it was to make money, well, the only thing we're losing is money and time. But we're helping people. So, when you have Oscar, 150 something years, the whole family doing cigars, you have me, 119 different brands. Not many of the big guys can say, probably none can say that they're making 119 brands cigars. Yeah, probably my factory looks like the bathroom of the big guys because they have, like whatever they have, and mine is small. It's 35,000 square feet. It's not small, but it's small for the big ones. But why, or some people say, oh, when you guys come and talk, you can, people can tell you almost not like you're an asshole, but like you do whatever. Why? Because we honest. We'll tell you how it is. So that's the different thing, And I've been called that 2 or 3 times, Go ahead, Kathy.
But let's add this. Let's add this. How about because none of us are in it to make the other guy look fucking bad? How about that?
That's it.
That's
That's it.
the thing that always irks me. We're not making waves because we're putting somebody down. We're making waves because we're helping people to prop up. What did we say last night? Rising tides lift all boats.
Yeah.
So if
Well,
that's an unusual feeling in climate, in this environment, then you don't belong with us. I mean, that's the truth.
look, Ryan, today about 12 o'clock, Kathy and I were on the phone for 45 minutes. And the whole thing is about something that it will come later on, like do a trip, do this, do that, or whatever. The very first I said, I don't say, we can go to my factory. What I said, I made phone calls and we will be in this factory, this factory, this factory, this factory. And people, when I call, they say, Ish, but you have your own factory. I don't care. I want for the consumer to see the rest of you guys. Not for me to make money or whatever, because I'm not making shit about the TPA. No one of us is making nothing. It's just you want to give to whoever no curious to come and see, let's see, Cornell Cigars Factory, let's see, Arturo Fuente, let's see, Perdomo. What about you see all of them for the same fucking price? What about that? What about we go and take you all over, whatever? It's people don't think out of the freaking box, and it's only 4 walls and that's it.
They don't. And a consumer question. This is Mike. Mike, you gave a very good consumer question here for somebody that. So I actually see this as something that you guys might be willing to help with as far as guidance and maybe offering a rolling course for the consumer, offering a roll your own cigar package where you could get a packet. So like this is all consumer stuff. So Mike asks, if somebody was growing tobacco in their backyard, would this organization be helpful for questions on how to turn it into cigars, not tariff related?
100%.
So if he's a homegrown tobacco farmer that's got a couple of different styles of tobacco, this organization would take that person, help educate them in a way that they can then blend. See, now that 100%. Is value on a whole different level of geekiness that the cigar industry, I think, would find a lot of fun. And quite frankly, maybe it might be beneficial for you guys to offer a loose tobacco rolling kit for members if they want to pick it up from, tobacco from Oscar, tobacco from Ish, or another manufacturer. That way, if they want to take part in that makes them stickier to you guys too. That makes them more of that communal feel. Just don't start selling them, because then you'll be a manufacturer.
But that's exactly what Mike is asking. That question that you just laid out from Mike is exactly what we are all about. Well, again, Ish said it. Nobody's getting paid here. Nothing. Okay? Understand that. We are not getting paid. You've got 5 people who are dedicating their personal time, and that's exactly what it is, personal time, and we're all busy, but we stop and we are here to help in any way possible. I don't think other organizations will take the time. They might do some talking, but I don't know if they're going to go deep enough to assist that individual to help them take themselves to the next level. That's all. And it's not a knock on the other organizations. I'm just saying, we all know they've been around a lot longer than us. All right. And they've grown. Even when we grow, we are going to stick to our mission statement. We are there for you and the consumers to learn and be part of anything of the tobacco industry. We even had Tobacco University. Ish, you want to go a little deeper in that for the people?
That's what I was hoping to kind of dive into with the whole.
I read your mind, Ryan. Yes, I read your mind. 2 bald men together with dangerous. But Ish, talk about Tobacco University.
That was the conversation. Yeah. That was the conversation Ish and I had this morning.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ish. You take it.
So it's simple. Okay. So for instance, we have classes with the university and Tobacco University. So I'm in a school for them as well. So it's only, if you think about it, it's only 13 master tobacconists around the world. Well, it's 18, but 13 in the United States. I signed 7 of those titles. So for those that they say, who is BAMF, or who is Oscar, or who is GTO, or who is this? Well, we are the guys signing those titles. And for people, whatever, I can learn more, whatever. No, you cannot. You cannot. I understand, the sommelier, maybe a little whatever. It's just 50 questions, whatever. But when you go to the master, guess who is one of the factories? This guy over here that has to sign the whole thing. So why to pay $250? It was for $53 or $55 just for a little time. That's off now. It's like a 225 or whatever. But my discount, you give me $100 down. So I pay 125. Guess how much you pay? 125. You don't pay 126. You don't pay 250. You don't pay nothing. You can call me all day long, as long as that I know working or doing whatever, and I cannot hit the phone. I will answer your questions. I will tell you how to pass the test. I will teach you more than just a book, per se. Because there's many people talking, like the big guys or the big names or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, I would like to know who are those big names and who are the big companies or who those big associations, they blenders, they rollers, they manufacture, they exporters, they brokers, and they importers. Tell me just one. Tell me just one, because it's none. No, it's one, this over here. But, everybody, oh, yeah, because this. So it's the funny thing. It's no many owners of the factories or brands that they roll. They actually blend. Roll, I can show you how to roll in 5 minutes. Blend, I cannot teach you in fucking 3 years because it's too many things to blend. All depends what you do. But we teach all of that for free. So what you have to lose? It's well, for free. You pay. It's like going to the library. You pay $100 a year and you pick up the book that you want. That's what we do. But yeah, it's what we do is totally different thing. And what Cathy and I were talking this morning, it was just about that. Why we don't pick up with members? We have the numbers because we have the numbers. But let's say the best. And by the way, I was about to call you, Cathy, because I was wrong when I said you September. The best month to go to the DR or Nicaragua, whatever. The DR, it will be December or January, because you want to see harvest and you want to see the leaf getting dry and you want to see the fermentation process all in the same month. So that would be awesome. So we say, why we don't pick up, the members, go over there. They don't have to overpay nothing but the plane and the Airbnb or whatever, and you don't have to pay nothing else. You just go over there, and what about you just have your hands on in the tobacco, see the harvest process, see the fermentation process. All of that is hours into your little book that you have to be a tobacconist, master tobacconist. Now people, master tobacconist, I know more because I know this guy and he knows whatever the guy is got. Well, I'm sorry again, but it's a bullshit. And I call up many people in the industry. You know that, Ryan. When they say, "Oh, I'm a master blender," I say, "Yeah, you're a master."
Bader?
Yeah, they use master blender. Everybody seems to use the word master blender. And I don't know why this got out so much that all of a sudden everybody's a master blender.
No.
Very few true master blenders.
Okay,
Master
so
blend.
real quick, this is a pet peeve of mine too, Roddy, right? I had Ricky Rodriguez, and I got to spend. I don't think anybody would attest here that Ricky Rodriguez is a master blender. Here's the difference: when somebody calls themselves a master blender, they're not. Master blender is like a nickname. We all know that asshole that gave themselves a cool nickname that never stuck, and they forced it to stick. God damn it, they're forcing it to stick, and it doesn't, because Master Blender is a title not taken but given, and it's given by peers, and it is not taken by you. And even when I had Ricky in here going, "I think you're a Master Blender," a true master blender go, "No, not really. There's people smarter than me." That is what it takes to be a master in something, is the recognition that you're really not. It's just everybody around you thinks you are.
But just think about this, Ryan. Until 2010, whoever was Dominican, they were doing Dominican puros, right? Just Dominican. Whoever was Nicaraguan, they were doing Nicaraguan puros. Now they start to mix. Why you can use a master blender? Blender is when you blend things. When it's a puro, you're not blending nothing. You're putting things together for the same form. First of all, people are very confused. When you call it a puro or puro, how it's called, a puro, it's not because it's for the same country. It's for the same form. Not this form, that form around the block. It's for the same form. You have the binder, the filler, and the wrapper. That's a puro. So, and most of the people were doing that. So, I don't see master blender over there nowhere. I see a blender. Master blender is when you go to different countries, different origins, different whatever, and you blend. And master blender title only is one person I can give you that after 10 years of blending cigars, and it's a factory. It's not university giving you master blender. It's nobody. As a matter of fact, Tobacconist University, they cannot sign for you the title master blender. It has to be a factory master blender itself who signs that title. So that tell you all. You can call right now George, who is the founder and the president of the Tobacco University, and he tell you all. I'm a master blender, but I cannot sign for you. Somebody else sign for me.
So
it's go ahead.
So what I wanted, because where I think you guys will get steam is in the consumer side. Because if you guys have a list of 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 consumers that are members, you now have a shopping list for manufacturers to then be in front of, right? And that's why last year I positioned that I think you guys should do a club of some kind that showcases a member or a different brand or several different brands one time a month or once a quarter, just once a quarter. And that way any new members can taste any of the brands that are members as well. And then I think in doing that just makes the community sticky, because if there's a member or consumer that's not close to me, or a shop that's not close to me, maybe there's no brands that are close to me. I don't know if Oscar's in Colorado. I know Ish really isn't in Colorado. Colorado's a tough state. Colorado's a tough state. It really is. So when you have a membership from Colorado or Utah or, you know, some of the smaller states that don't get a lot of love from some of the cigar companies, it would be amazing value to me as a consumer, part of this group, to be able to have access to get the cigars from that organ. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like a quarterly cigar drop, like a 5 cigar quarterly drop 4 times a year type deal. I think.
Yeah, but also, Ryan, Cathy is putting out information from new members and no matter what, and events. If events go on with one of our members, we're putting it out there. We're posting it out there. You know, if Oscar is doing events wherever he's going to, we want to put it out there. Cathy is the receptacle of everybody's information, and she sends it out. And that's what we do. Again, we are constantly putting out information all the time. So it's important to get on the email list so you can see what our members and our blenders and cigar owners, whatever they're doing, we are getting it out there. Right, Cathy? Is there something more you want to add?
Well, and I think, Ryan, you said it too. It's like the chicken and the egg. We want more consumers because we want to expose them to more brands. But we want more brands because we want to give them more opportunities to sell to the consumers, to your point also, in areas that they may not have it. We are working with some other, some online retailers that do specialize to see how we can achieve exactly that goal. And again, it comes down to getting everybody on the same page, getting everybody together, and making sure that it does fit within the confines of their brands. So yeah, that is definitely on the docket. It's just one of those things that does take a little time to come to fruition because it's more that goes into it than a really good idea. There's a lot of legwork.
Oh my God. That's why, like, when people have said to me, you know, what's been going on with TPA, I sit there and go, listen, guys, starting one of these things isn't like a flip of the fucking switch. Like there's a ton. I mean, Ronnie's wife doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. He keeps taking these projects on. And she's just like, stop it already.
He's sitting here quiet, will you?
I know, that's what I said. But the reality of it is, it's a ton of work. I mean, it you know, most people don't realize, an association's actually sometimes more work than running a business, because you have multiple businesses under an umbrella that you have to get everybody on the same page for. And so, I mean, it's gonna be a couple 3 years before you guys are at a full like wing spread and coming through and gliding and signing up like crazy, right? I mean, that's kind of your expectation, is about 3 to 5 years.
We
But
just ask people to be patient with us because you just hit it right on the nail, man. We are putting this together. There's 5 of us. We are expanding. People are asking how they can help because they are excited. They believe in us, and their passion for the industry is wanting to. What else can I help you with? How can I help you? So yeah, we are years away to get to where we want to get, but we have to start somewhere.
Oh,
And
absolutely,
this is where
absolutely.
we starting. The 5 of us, and it is growing. Ryan, there are other people that are now part of the committee. They're not on
but
tonight, obviously, but once they get on the email and they get part of our hearse, and we're trying to do it almost every Wednesday. Obviously, people are busy, but we are trying to get out there. And like Cathy mentioned, it could be an hour, 2 hours, could be 30 minutes, whatever it is. We're trying to stay in touch. And I don't think there's no other organization who is doing as much for their membership that we are right now in a very short period of time. Again,
No,
we
no,
have our
some
lives, we have
organizations
our
just take
businesses.
money.
Well, yeah, well,
No, no, I'm
I
just
was
saying.
going to say
No,
that,
no, no,
but
no.
you're
I'm
right. They
literally
take
just
your
saying.
money, and what they
No.
offer 3-4 times a year.
You
We are
guys are
doing it
talking about.
weekly.
You guys are talking about actually offering a value versus saying I have a sticker on my website that says I'm part of X. And a
yeah,
lot of organizations have a sticker on their website that say you're part of X, right? And that's really what I think the media is cynical about, correct?
They
Is
are.
is we don't know what we don't know. It's not that we don't know you guys. It's not that we don't trust your guys' work, but we've seen it before. We've seen these come and go. We've seen these fail. So it's kind of like let the action speak for itself as far as the media is concerned. They'll eat their own words at some
two
point in
things,
time.
Brian. Two things. Last year, somebody was everyone that we know over here. It was saying
I was just going to say
no
that.
bad thing about not bad thing, but like who are these guys? Who is BAMF? We don't know them well. Fuck you, you cover my cigars. Who is this guy? Well, fuck you, you cover his cigars. Blah 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 blah. So whatever. It was saying, oh, well, an organization, this, that, blah 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 blah. Well, it's 1 year we're here, and I guess in the last month. And by the way, it was not 10. I just check it out on my phone when I get up to open. Nesca is 14 people in this month that they sign up. So you have 14 people in 24 days. It's not one a day, but close by.
But
Now,
that's nothing to shake a stick at. Like that's
no,
good.
Oh, not at all. That's the
no, but,
belief.
but I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna put names over there because I don't care. Okay,
Yeah, we don't have
why?
to. We don't have to.
Well, we don't have to, but don't put names. But you're gonna know when I say.
Let's not throw any names.
Let's put what I had to pay $787 membership to have 3 emails, and 2 of the emails is telling me how much it's gonna cost me a booth.
Oh, you could say that name.
Talking between 10,000 to 20,000 to 15,000 to whatever thousand, and then you have us over here that your table is going to cost whatever the rent pay is. It could be 200, 300. Call it the maximum, maybe because it's an amazing place and whatever, blah 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 blah. Imagine $500 for the whole weekend, 3 days, 4 days.
Are you talking about Chicago Pipe Show?
Chicago
Well, you
Pipe Show.
can. I'm only
on-
the Chicago Pipe Show is only $200 for 2 days of full sales, but it starts on a Wednesday, it ends on a Sunday night for $200. You can sell out of your room. You got a 5,600 square foot smoking tent to network. You got many retailers coming in, and that's who you want to talk to. You want to get to the retailers to get some space on the shelves. $200.
And because Ronnie is getting old, I'm gonna tell you, it's not $200. It's way less than that. It's $200 that you pay, but they give you tickets for coffee, drinks, or whatever else. So probably, actually, the cost is about $120. I'm
Oh,
correct?
no, the cost is $20. If you're getting coffee,
So-
drinks in Chicago, that's almost $200 right there.
Absolutely.
No,
But the marketing and the marketing and the promotion that you're getting is just, Chicago's a hot cigar or tobacco area, okay? And so compared to maybe what happened 2 weeks ago in New Orleans, like Bish said, $5,000 to $20,000 for those boots. Think about the money. All right, you might be paying $5,000 minimum, but it might cost you 15 at the end because, like Ish explains, you forgot about you having to make the tobacco, bring the tobacco in. You paid for those taxes for the tobacco. You paid for the stick. Then you're going to a hotel that's going to cost you $200-300 a night. You got to fly there. That's going to cost. It all adds up. And again, that's what the Chicago Pipe Club is making sure that you definitely get your value for your promotion. We're
Ronnie,
here to market you.
Ronnie, give me a favor. You have a piece of paper and a pen by you?
Me
I could.
or Ronnie?
No, Ronnie. Do you
Go
have?
for it.
Okay, put over
Hold
there.
I
Yeah.
gotta get a pen. Hold on.
No, it's not a pen. It's just for him. Right
Oh.
over there. 20 times. I will never say stick to a cigar again. I never say stick to a cigar again.
Oh my God!
Okay,
Where's
so-
the blackboard?
So this
Hold on.
actually,
We have to ban him for 1 week. We ban him for a week. He cannot show up for a week.
That's it.
I'm saying, you know what? Make it 2 weeks.
Okay, see,
Ronnie's like 2 weeks off.
Yes.
So
God damn.
a lot
Hey,
of what
I'm the
we're
oldest
talking
one here.
about
I still
is, like,
remember when they called the stick. Okay.
Oh,
no, you
hush it.
can.
Hush
You
it.
cannot.
A lot of
cannot.
things that we're talking about here is us, right? It's the we factor, but it's not really the we. Think of us as the guides. We're guiding our members. And I think the best justification that we're on the right track is when we start to get emails from our members saying, hey, I want to get some talking points. Can you help me? Or, hey, do you have a QR code that we can put on our websites that we can hand out at our events? So to me, that tells me two things. One, that our members are attentive and listening because they feel like they're getting value. What is the bottom line? It's building community, right? It's championing integrity, and it's sharing wisdom. Those are the three tenets of what we do. So when our members are starting to engage with us and say, hey, Cathy or Ish or Doc or Ronnie, Ken, I got a guy, I got a gal. Can I bring them on? Can I bring them in? There's no better reward than when, like, you're a student and the light bulb goes off and you get it. When our members get it and they say it's the best thing I ever did and I look forward to these meetings and, oh, damn, I missed it. Can you fill me in? That's a reward. That's where we get, quote, get off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And so and that's, again, the value is going to be fantastic, and I've said that and shared that with Ronnie and Ish, and I see a huge spot in a forum for you guys, for an organization that encompasses everything tobacco, obviously outside of cigarettes and weed. So then, Ronnie, is Chicago Pipe Show, is that going to be TPA's official show then?
No, no.
So what's
it's
the
not.
$200 that Ish is talking about for a 10 by 10 booth?
The $200 we're talking about is for the Chicago Pipe. TPA is a sponsored little portion of whatever of that. We are not TPA a show at all. That's the Chicago Pipe, period. So don't people don't get it
Two
too
different
Well,
things.
that's what I wanted to. That's because you
No.
brought up Chicago Pipe at the same time you were talking about tables. So I wanted to make sure that was kind of
because
known.
it's gonna be the same prices. So for instance, if you want to come to Florida or whatever and you do it by my lounge, we have I don't know how many acres to put tents, it will be $200 for table. Why?
Okay.
To pay the people to clean up and do this and put the tents and blah blah blah. You go to Pennsylvania, maybe it's a little more expensive. Maybe it's $300 per table, but it will be between $200 and $500 a table for the whole event.
Right.
Okay.
You don't have to pay $15,000.
So when
$800 to become a member.
So when
That's
TPA does have an event, It's not going to be the 30 by 30, 50 by 50
No,
squares that
No.
people put up.
Everybody's equal.
everyone has
Everybody's the
everyone
same.
is equal.
And Ryan, also,
That's
it's
it.
not. We plan on going around the country to
Yes.
have exclusive TPA events. So when you say Colorado, yeah, we will come to Colorado as the TPA, solely TPA. We'll go to Atlanta, solely TPA, Pennsylvania, wherever it is that we know that we can draw and have some good turnouts and to assist consumers, and of course the vendors. That's what we're looking to do down the road. Our first one, I will tell you, we will have the first one down in Florida at Ish's Place. He's got a tremendous lounge, lots of property, lots of parking, great place, great area to be in. We're just going to set that date up, and then from there, Oscar's got plenty of places that he would like to, think and look at. I mean, we're going to move around the country right now. As we grow here in the States, we're going to also look outside in other countries.
Okay.
But
Okay.
right now, I was looking before this meeting today. We have what? We have Austria, Belgium, Romania, Spain, France, Luxembourg,
China.
Germany. Well, I already say Spain, United States, England, Japan, China. All of these people are around talking about the PCA, PCA, TPA. Not just what. And the funny thing, when I say the PCA, all of these guys, they were going at the PCA this year, and they talked with me, and they told me, what the hell is the TPA? It was totally different. It has nothing to do with it. This is a big event, with smaller event, whatever. And they say, oh, we're interested to do that. So it's amazing how people, they go to these big events. Now all of a sudden you have a small company or association, like I like to call a club. We a friend club more than association. But of course, you have to put TPA, Tobacco Producers Association, LLC, because it's an association or whatever you want to call it. But we call each other a club. It's easier like a friends getting together, and instead to spend time with the wife and the husband that she already looked like 3 or 4 times or whatever, we just spend the time helping people, and that's what we do. And it's people super interested on it, and they already sign. We have people from, like I said before, Spain sign up, China sign up, Japan sign up, Austria sign up. It's if you go to the list of the people that they with us, you're going to see multiple countries, not just United States. And the whole thing was born and raised over here in the United States, and all of a sudden we're international. So within a year, that must be,
I mean,
that's about it.
so we have a question here. Would there be any part of the docket Mike asked for a West Coast show potentially?
Yes, potentially,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay.
we're gonna
Like I
go
said,
all
we
the
want to do the everywhere. If we can get to every state, would be a wonderful idea. Obviously, we're growing. We got to start somewhere, and we're going to start in the hottest tobacco state that there is, and that's Florida. I
Florida.
mean, everything is in Florida. Why not start it there and build from there?
Florida,
And
PA, Texas, Arizona would be the first 4
absolutely,
states to start. It
Well,
makes
as a
no
matter of fact,
it's
sense.
all there.
Yeah.
it's on the watch already for September in Virginia Beach, and it came not as a TPA, but it became now a TPA event. So there you go.
So, Ish, I just want to tell you, Ronnie's giving away your stuff in the chat. I don't know if you know that, but Ronnie told Tony to reach out to you for a shirt. So, Ronnie, it's been promised. So,
No
Ish.
hablo inglés.
Listen, I'm getting comments about this shirt, guys. It's not really a real shirt. Right now,
what,
it's stopping
though?
my ashes getting on my other shirt.
You know
but
what, though? That's telling
me
me that Ish, you should make a shirt like that.
Well, he
Hey,
does.
it will be heavy,
It's not
though.
as good.
Nothing is heavy.
No, I'm talking about where he could just pull it off and like the Velcro patch.
But that patch is like a 13 by 11. It's
I
it's
know.
heavy. It's
I
no
know.
joke.
It's
Nothing is heavy.
it's
It's
And
bigger
right,
than my
it's
head,
right
and
here.
I got a big head. They said. So,
It's right here.
Yeah, there you
So-
go.
I think you have something going.
What?
He's got something going. Could you imagine marketing that as an ash catcher?
There you go. I just
Hey,
put it on.
There you
cigar
go.
bib,
I mean,
cigar
think
bib,
about that.
Cigar bib.
There you go.
cigar
With a
bib.
little lip.
Like BAMF.
So here's a question for Ish around tariffs. Ish, are your cigars going to be affected by by tariffs? Are your prices?
Okay, every cigar is gonna be affected. Now, it's no law about this. Okay, back when the tariffs were before being in effect, we have a call for the TTB and for customs because being an importer, they had to call you and they had to do diligences, whatever, and they had to tell you. No one knew exactly what was going on. In fact, they give us the wrong information. They say tariffs means taxes for import. That's what it means. Otherwise, it will be just taxes. And they say that it's going to be a 10% increase. On my case, from Dominican Republic, 10% increase from Zimbabwe, in my case as well, because my factory is 18% in Honduras and Nicaragua. But they thought when they told us that it's gonna be in the 52.75%, it will be 62.70%. On the $402.60, it will be now $442.88. Well, they were wrong. They were wrong. Apologize, whatever. It was the information they were giving to us. But the actual thing is the tariffs only goes on the factory invoice. Doesn't go in taxes, doesn't go in the import taxes, doesn't go in the FDA, doesn't go in nothing but the invoice. So doesn't matter how you must pay for the freight, doesn't matter how you pay for the FDA, doesn't matter how you pay for the importer, the broker, and all of that. That is still the same. Doesn't change. They cannot change that. They can, but it would take years to do that. Is on the invoice. So if you declare, imagine $2 per cigar, that most people, they do between 10 cents all the way to $1.50 or $2. That's what most people do. All depends. In your factory, you can do whatever you want. Be you a brand and you want the invoice, it's gonna be like a $2. So imagine that you pay $2 per cigar. The 10% is 20 cents. That's it. So you imagine that your cigar retail is $10. So for the consumer, it should be 10.20. So the brand will pay 20 cents. The same goes to the retailer, the same goes to the consumer. So nobody lose. Of course, always is a loser, which is us, the consumers, no matter what. Not in the cigar. I'm not consuming the cigar, but I buy cigars anyways. So that is what it is. So when people tell you $2, $3, $4, it is not. And then you want to double and double and double and double, but it's not. So if it's 4 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, it should be from point one to point A to point B. That's it. And that's it. So if people want to charge more, it's up to them. But I tell you something, for 119 brands, if somebody of my guys, they say, I'm going to put $3 more in the cigar, I will stop making cigar for those guys because they don't deserve it.
Right. In the long run is that, again, we have Oscar and we have Ish, two guys who have their own factories from the DR that are telling our consumers, our club members, what exactly is the truth. So not the hype that you're getting from some of the other guys complaining all of a sudden, like you said, they're adding $4, $6, $8 to their cigars because of that. It's not. We're going to tell it the way it is because we have the men that are involved with it, and we're here to give the right information and not bullshit everybody and scare everybody and said all of a sudden, oh, these cigars are going to cost a lot more.
No,
it's not that much more. It's pennies on the dollar.
No, yeah, and you already have people talking about raising prices for cigars that they haven't even been tariffed on. So, like, I absolutely understand you on that. So, I want to kind of get into money aspect here because part of an organization is obviously raising funds, and we touched a little bit about transparency. But for me, transparency around finances for an organization's very, very key to the success of that organization, and even people wanting to be a part of that organization as well. So, as you guys bring in funds, if you can, kind of break down as best as you can where the money is going. What is it being used for? How is it being allocated? What kind of, because there's another organization that does jack shit for marketing, and it was a huge problem. And so I just want everybody that's going to be a part of this on the manufacturer side or the owner side to be able to understand really what they're getting for their $200 other than the consultating approach. But how is this money being utilized and kept honest?
Anyone want to answer? I will. That's okay.
Cathy or Ish or Doc, whatever you want to go.
It's very, very, very simple. The money so far, we spend more money that we get money. Yes, from the beginning with. Okay, yeah, just put it that way. Because you have to do the LLC, you have to have an attorney. Obviously, it's tobacco. You have to have an attorney on the books no matter what.
Sure.
You have to have a phone. You have to have a website. You have to have all of that. So where the money goes, pretty simple. We don't make a penny whatsoever. In fact, we put money to make this happen. And it's, okay, the RQ things, the flyers. You want to be a member of the TPA and you a store. We will make you a title, a diploma, whatever we make for you to have over there. So the money goes to, put it this way, whoever paid $200, they only have more than $200 back in whatever they need. A promotion, do this, do that.
Are they going to be able, as a member, and I don't know if this is going to be open to the consumer side, but as the manufacturer ownership side, are your books open? If I want to audit you as a member and say, what
Everyone,
are these expenses?
even the consumer.
Well,
We're
yeah.
very transparent, Ryan.
But see, that's
what people
important.
want to know.
That's
We're
important.
going
Right
to
now.
be
Yeah.
open to everybody to show that we're open. We have nothing to hide because there is nothing to hide. Okay, people want to know what. It's a great question, Ryan, and those who are listening. I hope you are listening to what we're talking about. The
Yeah.
books are open for everybody to see
Everyone.
where you're at because we are not taking any salaries. We're not wasting it on cocktail dinners. We're not taking each other out for dinner. We're not doing all that, bull within the house. Everything that we have goes right back into this organization, period. Okay, period. I mean, if you got a question out there listening, please put it out there. Be more than glad to answer it.
Well, I can show the bank account right now. I can just share the screen and do it. That's no problem whatsoever. The funny thing is that we didn't pick up 1 cent yet of what we put. Remember, money makes money. So we had to come with the money first. Before have any members, we had to come with the money. With all the money that we have, not even covered probably maybe 20% of what we spend, because we spend the money in doing this, doing that, until the LLC is formed and open the accounts and do this. And then the $16 a month that they charge you in the bank and blah, 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 blah. So, but we didn't spend a cent, nothing. We do business cards. You will say over there, receive business cards. Not for us, for whatever, or flyers or whatever, for everyone. So, yeah, the bank account is open for anyone. I don't care if you are not even a member. You want to see it? I show you to you.
See, I liked it. I liked it because I know organizations that probably tell you to go jump off a bridge if you asked as a member to look at their books.
I think the more interesting question is, how much money have we laid out in time, effort, and
that's what I was gonna bring in. Which is probably 10x what you guys have brought in over the last year, and so like to me, money is what makes organizations go bad. So it's important to touch on where the money is going, who's controlling it. So let's talk about who's controlling it. So Doc, here's a question for you.
Well,
how is the money controlled within the organization? How is it spent? Is it done as a vote? Is it done? And I'm only bringing Doc in because he's been having some problems. I want to get him speaking. And so Well, you don't talk enough, Ask. You don't talk enough, Doc. But so, how is the money spent? How is the money decided upon? And kind of walk us through that.
I believe that any decision that we've done it as a team, and it's normally I don't even it's when we post the meeting. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody can chime in. It's totally transparent. If we ever get to the point that there's a surplus, we can decide then, like by forum, like, hey, we want to donate 10%, 20%, 30% to the CRA. We want to donate money to the PCA. We'll figure, as long as the team, if you come to the meeting, you have a voice. Everyone. It's not just the top three, the top four that are finagling the how we do things. Like we have an idea of how it should move. We would present it to all, and then we vote. Hey, we're gonna do it this way. What do you think? What do you think? We look at the pros, the cons. But unlike many organizations that promise money to the de facto people, the disabled, anybody, I still haven't seen one check from any organization. They have not posted the check.
Yeah.
We gave this, and people are buying that. Oh yeah, I'm buying this because it's for the vets. Show me the money, bro. Show me where you gave that check on open forum to the organization heads. I haven't seen it. Not one person that yet that says that they collect. Oh, 10% of the proceeds go to help the disabled vet. I haven't seen a disabled vet check. I have till today in all my lifespan. Being a former vet, I never saw a check come. You know who took care of the vets? My pocket, my wallet. I had to pull out my wallet with the big G spot, and I send it over, and it goes, here's my money, But I don't have to post it because I'm not saying that I'm doing anything, Like I like to hold the people their feet to the fire by saying that if you say you're going to give 10%, 20%, 30%, you need to do a meeting, one night and show that you wrote this check, and watch the people say, we got a check from these guys so that we can continue. I tell people, you want to give vets something? Call me. I'll tell you where to walk it over. Walk it over to these guys. There's plenty of bases all over the place. Walk it to the base, hand it to them, give them the stuff in hand, and you'll see your stuff be used appropriately. Like I see all kinds of cigars that are high end. You know what the guys are smoking in Bahrain? Shit cigars. I don't know where the good ones went. I don't know. I'm not calling nobody out, but I'm saying if you're gonna say that you're gonna collect, let's see you write the check, because if not, you're gonna get into some nice federal problems. And under this president, it's gonna be pretty bad for that person who keeps on talking that they're gonna do something and not do it. All of us here get together. If almost every week we pick a night and we kick it, we talk, we present ideas, and we talk about it, and all of us agree. It's not one guy telling the group, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give all these board members, and then people that have nothing to do with a board of manufacturers, of cigar products. There's people from all walks of life coming in, and who are you? What the hell do you know about? I got people in other organizations telling me how to sell, how to do. And I'm like, bro, I could teach you how to sell a cigar, because I don't claim to be a plumber, so I can't tell you how to put two pipes together. That's not, and that's not what this is about. If this is a tobacco organization, let's talk about. I could put you on my farm, give you some knee pads, and I'll show you how to freaking plant seeds, how to watch it grow it, harvest it, how to cure, one step at a time. Well, we'll do that, but no bullshit on our side. We're probably the most honest people in this game, and in this business, which is 90% smoke and mirrors, I can't tell you where we're going with all this craziness, but here you got like 5 people that are trying to do something good, and all we're doing is getting chastised. And I invite any radio media outlet that's out there listening. Why haven't they stepped up? You are probably the only one that I know of, next to the Toro guys, that have called us in to talk to us about what we're doing and what, how we're doing it and all that. That's exemplary. The other guys, I could care less, because all they do is yak, but they haven't invited us to their show. They haven't, and they don't even say, how can we help? Because this is grassroots. It's going to grow because we're not going to stop doing it. We're just going to keep on helping, and we should all grow together. It could be a win-win for all.
No,
You know?
absolutely. And so what I love about what you just said, kind of, to wrap it up, is that the money being spent is more of a group decision. Ish isn't going to be able to decide that he wants to spend it on X. Ronnie's not going to be able to empty the coffers on new pipes and cigars. And Kathy and Oscar, both of you would never even consider doing that, so there's no point even
As a
bringing
matter,
that
Ryan,
up.
as a matter of fact, Ryan, the two, and that was because we decided to do that. It's only two names in the bank account, and it's Oscar and mine. And so far, Oscar and I, we spend them fucking money. We're not taking money. We just spend it.
So you guys, you brought up something that I wanted to touch on, that, and I'm just going to say it. That's been a kind of a bone of contention amongst the PCA, and I'll bring up the name, over the last decade. And Ronnie, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. All you guys probably do. There's 20 plus board members. How you can't run. I work for one of the largest tech companies, software tech companies in the world. We don't have 20 board members. So at what point in time is there too many cooks in the kitchen for a decision to be made, and how will you guys handle that decision process?
It has to be always, always, always an odd number, period. It cannot be a per number. It cannot be two, it cannot be four, it cannot be six.
Yeah.
We are four and Cathy five. And that will be, and that's it. It's not
Yeah,
gonna be
but you
7, 9,
okay,
or whatever.
okay. So the board is capping with the original founders, but everybody has a voice. No one board member has any more weight than the other. But
Mm,
you're going to
No,
cap it
no,
at 5 overall
five.
board
But,
members.
but why five?
Well,
Because if
because
it's
they can never
almost
have an equal
equal,
vote.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what we do. Now, again, we found this thing with the founders, how you want to call it. But if we have 20 members saying something that we don't agree, but all of a sudden 20 people agree, or 20 against 5 is more. We will give it to them. That's how we are. That's not just for us to decide. The only thing that we decide is who gets in, who gets in, or who doesn't. Because somebody can come, oh, I want to be a member of you, and all of a sudden they try to sell you this and this and this and this or whatever. So, we investigate a little about who the members are. It's not just why we do that, because we are know about the money. Another
Well, it is an
association.
application process, Mitch. It is an application process, and we
So I
have,
was asked,
and
is there
you'll name,
is
we
there
have,
background checks on your
yes,
Yes,
applications?
there is
Yes.
absolutely.
documentation with every single application. Every single application, depending upon where you are inside the vertical, you have to submit, obviously, your licensing, if images, if you're a lounge, where you're being, your product is housed, who you use, who you referred by. Two potential members, we declined for reasons that obviously are not important, but they did not represent the values that we're holding so close.
And that's it. So that
So
being
you
said,
guys are going to be picky on
no,
members.
we are picky.
You're not grasping for everybody. You're grasping for quality.
Again,
Yeah.
Ryan, we're not
Okay,
here
well, that's
for the
important to let everybody know. It's the consumer process that will accept everybody. It's the manufacturer owner process that's going to go through more scrutiny, background checks, determining
absolutely.
if they're actually going to be good for the organization. Because the last thing
100%.
you want is an infiltrator that's going to fuck everything up and just be a
And
pain in the ass.
Exactly. We're putting down there, our names on them. So, there is a forum to take a look and look and see if they match the criteria that we want. Okay. Because listen, there's a lot of guys out there that think they can want to, they want to have a cigar made for themselves. but they got nothing behind them to say. There's nothing there. So we got to look for scammers. And that's part of the process that the five of us are doing.
So here's a
We're
question.
making sure you're getting legit people out there. We want to be legit. We say we are legit. We will continue to do whatever it takes to be legit.
So here's a question then. At what point in time is a manufacturer? Meaning, do they have to have sales under their books, or can they just be in the process of designing a cigar?
A manufacturer is a manufacturer. It's a
I'm
factory.
sorry. A brand owner, does a brand owner to be listed as a no? Yes,
Different
that was
story.
my bad.
Yeah.
That was my bad. I misspoke. Does a brand owner to be listed as a brand owner have to have sales under his belt, or just a concept?
No, he has to have a company. I don't care if he's. We don't care if he's an.
I've been
ENC.
making the company. I've got the company registered for 2 years. I'm trying to make a cigar. Can I be a member with no sales?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
That's what
Absolutely.
that's what I was just trying to ask. Is like part of that is okay. I'm a brand owner. I'm selling in the cigar world versus I've been working for the last 3 years to put
But
something
again,
out.
Ryan. But again, this guy that has 2 years the LLC, whatever company, whatever, and he never make a cigar or he never sold a cigar. If he want to join us, we can guide him, but we are not gonna sell for the guy.
Okay.
That has to be very clear.
So
We
you
not-
will let somebody come in
Yeah.
super virgin in their decisions, so you guys can give them guidance and help them.
That's
Yes.
the
But
part
they
of what we're doing.
eventually have to be a seller of cigars to be listed as an owner.
They have to have their license. They got to have all their information to be legit, and that we'll
Okay.
do the background on them. Make sure they are legit. And we opened up the show by we are here for guidance and consulting anyone who wants to get involved in this industry.
And it's one guy for some reason, Ryan, maybe you know, but it's one member of the board that they can do very, very thorough background checks.
Only one guy.
I might
Only
know.
one guy.
I might know who could call some favors in. Let me tell you.
But yeah, we will definitely get
He's like-
down and dirty and into it because again, that individual who wants to partake in that part of the club and the membership, he will be looked at, and because again, we got to make sure that he is upright, he or her is upright for our consumers and the rest of the organization.
And like Cathy said before, it was 2 guys declined. If it was another organization and it was like $800 a year, they would say, okay, then we're kicking out,
the
but
money.
let's get the money. We didn't take the money. We say, sorry, Cali, you decline.
See, I like knowing you declined somebody. I like knowing that there is a process by which you are allowing people
Go get
in,
it, Kat.
not
Go
just
get it. Go
not
get
just
it.
not just willy-nilly accepting anybody like that.
Absolutely,
That
Ryan.
makes
We
me not
have
only as the
refused
consumer
people.
side, that makes me on the consumer side feel that every manufacturer, every brand owner's legit. It's kind of like what Angie's List did, right? It just makes people feel comfortable trusting a company when they see it's a
That's
legit
exactly
company.
right.
Now,
Remember,
that
when you
one
become
comes to-
part of us, we have to make sure that you have your company, but you got to do it right because you do represent the TPA also.
Yes.
So anyone who wants to scam or whatever, hey, listen, down the road, something they might pull a fast one. We're going to know about it, and we're going to ask
Very
you to
fast.
leave. That's it. We're not playing any games. All right. There's
The-
too many hours, too big of an operation, and the success of our organization is making the weakest link either in or out. But we are here to help, guide, consult, and get everybody in, and it's a level playing field for everyone.
Who can have like a little whole pass per se, it will be a consumer or the media. Now, if we find out that the media is talking shit, guess what? That media member will go on. Or that the consumer that he said, Oscar, please, it's a 10% minimum. Can you give me 20? And Oscar say, you know what? No. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It will be out as well. So they know we're coming for and what we are all about. So you try to go around those parameters or whatever you want to call it, well, you're screwed. So we're doing everything for free and for you. So you wanted to screw us, well, you just screw yourself.
Yeah,
If it makes any sense.
absolutely.
And that's That's why I'm really, really hoping for this organization to take off. I love the fact that it is a one-stop shop. Everything tobacco, pipe, cigar related, from cutters to lighters to
Humidors, really.
everything,
Anything in the
everything,
industry,
everything.
everything,
I
and
love
I
that.
think we're the only ones that do everything.
Well, I think you're the first one that's tried to bundle everything together, and you
Yeah.
guys might be the only ones to do it successfully. And I think a lot of us are rooting for you. I think more of us, not me. I'm very vocal about my love for you guys and the TPA, but I think there's a lot of people silently rooting, that are kind of like a wait and see type deal.
Yes.
But I have a feeling you're going to have a lot of people that you guys go, where the fuck were you in the beginning? But now you want to join, more open
Well, if
arms.
you read some of the comments, people say I should have done it sooner. A lot of
No,
people,
yeah,
if
that's
you
what I
read
mean.
that,
That's what I
people
mean.
said, I
It's,
wish I would have be part of this sooner. Well, I mean, you're only a year out, so
yeah,
sooner is you're here.
absolutely.
That's it,
Absolutely.
And if you didn't do it before, you're here now, and that's where,
Absolutely.
again, ground floor. And the five of us have promised that we're going to give you all everything we've got.
Now, I have a personal question that I think would be best laid for Ronnie here that I don't think I can even answer because I'm not into the pipe world to the level that Ronnie is. But Ronnie, Mike would like to ask some free advice, and I wanted to wait for the end of the show to do this. So Ronnie, here's your opportunity to give away some free pipe guidance. He asks,
Okay.
my dad was a pipe smoker and left me with a custom blend of loose leaf. If I were to test it with a humidimeter, what should it register at?
I think it's this. Well, almost like a cigar person. Some people like it dry, some like it, in the middle, some like it moist. The tobacco, pipe tobacco is a little bit different than a cigar tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you open up a tin, it could be very moist in there. Okay. It could also just be right at normal. I'm going to say temperature, humidified correctly. It could be dry. Okay. So it's a matter of preference, but if it hasn't been, if it's been out for a while, then take a little bit of distilled water, lay it down, and do a little spritzer on it, and let it soak in, and to your liking, to your palate, and how you want to pack that bowl is basically everybody's got a different palate, so it is your choice, Mike. I don't like it dry because it's going to burn right through it quickly.
It's
So,
also going to
you
hurt.
want it to have a little moisture. So, a good 65, 62, 70 in that area is a good proper number to be at. And again, your palate is your palate. Everybody here has a different palate of what they want to and how they want to smoke it. But you got to look at how you pack it in your bowl and how your drawer is.
I would agree with that. Pipe tobacco is a lot more forgiving than cigar tobacco.
Yes,
Pipe tobacco could be rehydrated really simply,
it does.
almost to the
Absolutely.
level that you want. So mid 60s would be a good starting point, but then maybe you
Mhm.
like it at 61, maybe you like it at 71. Just kind of
Personal
figure out and
choice.
futz it with it in there, but start at 65 and go
Yeah.
from
Fish
there.
does pipe tobacco. He makes his own pipe tobacco also. So
Yes.
he knows.
I will have everything more. Okay. Cigars is one thing, pipe tobacco is a different thing. One thing, only one cigar is compared to pipe tobacco in humidity and temperature, and it's Cuban tobacco. Cuban tobacco lies between 66 and 68, humidity and temp. The pipe tobacco should be always between 65 and 71, no more, no less. If it's less, it's going to be too humid. If it's more, if it's more, it's going to be too humid. If it's less, it's going to be too dry.
Too dry.
So that's when 2 drops. Like the people that they have a whiskey, but it's a little too much, and they put like a little 2 drops of water.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do with the pipe tobacco. Period.
Yeah.
No more
Distilled water, folks.
Distilled
Use
water.
distilled water. Do not use regular water.
No,
Whatever you do,
It will destroy the tobacco. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if you're packing a full bowl and you're going through it in 4 pulls, it's too dry.
yes, absolutely.
Way too dry. If
And
it smokes
if it's
hot
gurgling,
and fast, it's dry.
yeah,
I
and
can
if
tell you
it's
what I will
gurgling on you in the stem, then it's too moist.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to stick your pipe cleaner in there and get all your juices out in the bottom. and open it up a little bit and put it back on, just leave it on the table on the tin can or whatever you got, and just let it air out a little bit.
I can tell you what I do with my
Pipe
pipe
tobacco is forgiving.
with my pipe tobacco, because pipe tobacco is not just neutral or natural. It always have aromatics. It's gonna be some how it's called flavors, whatever, because it's how it is. As a matter of fact, people say, "What the pipe tobacco comes from?" Well, it's the same plant as the tobacco for cigars, but you just do the Corona, and then you have the plants just to do that, the tobacco for pipe.
Yeah.
But you use the Corona, which is the highest one of the whole thing. That's one question, guys, for the tobacconist license. They say, what is the highest leaf? Everyone failed. Miserable. Ligero. It's not. It's Corona. And Corona is used for tobacco, pipe tobacco. I don't use water, to be honest with you. You know what I use? I pick up 2 drops of whiskey.
Oh, whiskey. It was wine or whiskey.
Again, everybody's palate is different.
now I give you, I say what I use, not what you're supposed to use. You're supposed to use the still water, period. But I use that because it's flavored already. So it's good.
Yeah.
Yes, you could also do like Schwarzenegger and rub the whole cigar with tequila if you feel like it, I guess. Everybody saw that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Everybody did
Oscar,
see it,
you got anything on that? You want to add anything to that, Oscar?
No, I'm good. Arnold Schwarzenegger's a big dude, man. I don't fuck with him.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming on. So, as in closing of the show, first, when is there going to be a TPA shirt? When is there going to be some TPA swag that members can purchase or obtain to be able to show off membership?
Well, as a matter of fact, and I don't even.
I just asked this morning.
Yep.
We'll get swag going soon, but we got to recoup a little bit. Again, there's been a lot of money laid out.
Yep.
As members, as we grow, we're going to grow each and every single way possible.
We patches like I have already designed the patches are about to whenever we put the trigger, the thesis it will be as well, caps it will be as well. But again, the one thing that people in the newcomers, okay, the new brands or whatever, like for instance, the PCA was just 2 weeks ago, and you see 21 new brands coming. Well, congratulations for them to go and show up, and it's probably one time in your life that you will do, because when you do the mathematics, you will see that you lost $15,000-$20,000. But again, so we are not gonna go and eat the members' proceeds per se, the members' money to make something, unless that we have enough to do it. So when we have enough money to do all that, it will come. But the first thing first. It's a website to maintain. It's a telephone to maintain. It's all the LLC to maintain. So that's first. Then when more members come, absolutely, it will be patches, it will be hats, it will be whatever. We wish we have everything for the Chicago Pie Show right now, but we just don't. So
just join us. We'll get you on the mailing list. Join us on our HERFs. Once you become a member, you're invited on the HERFs, and you can learn and hear everything that's going on. That's basically it, Ryan.
Well, everybody, do yourself a favor. Preach the love of the TPA organization here. This is a fantastic association. Let any of your brand owner friends or manufacturer friends or shop owner friends understand what this is and encourage them to reach out. Anybody that you see on the show tonight, you could reach out directly via Facebook. You could reach out through their
Instagram, phone numbers, whatever.
Yep, you could reach out. Also, a really good way would be to reach out with their email address right over there in the corner of the screen, info@tpa.rocks. Give them an opportunity. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised that the way that these people work is very, very hard. They don't stop or so. I can tell you right now, Ish is up until like 2-3 in the morning. I have personally called him at that time. And even if he's asleep, he somehow pops up like he wasn't. It's weird. But
and Dr. Oscar Rodriguez is doing brain surgery, and right after that he comes in and joins the meeting. So I mean, you're talking about a guy that's got his hands in someone's body, and then comes out and talks to you. All
And
right,
he'll
so you
pick
got to
up the
think about
phone.
that.
And he'll pick up the phone
And he will.
mid operation too. It's what that earpiece is for. He go hands free. So the reality of it is, everybody, this is an organization that really is set out to help everybody, not themselves, not one person, but the community. And I think the community needs to be fully supportive behind this organization and really allow an organization like this to grow, because it's
Thank you.
to have an all-encompassing umbrella within the cigar world is, I feel, is going to
Tobacco
be
world.
more or within the
Tobacco world.
tobacco,
Not just
cigar,
cigars.
pipes, cutters, lighters, all of it is very invaluable. And
One-stop deal.
I don't think that we've ever experienced an organization or association like this. So there's going to be some growing pains. Please be patient, but just know that this group will bust its ass and break its back to make everybody successful as they can. And that's what I love about the concept of the TPA. I mean, that's really the main thing, is nobody's in it for themselves. And so I appreciate everybody coming on. I appreciate you guys being willing to ask some difficult questions, and we'll have you guys back on, of course, to follow up and dive a little bit more. And next year, I'm excited to see how much further down the road that you all get. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for creating an organization like this, and I will let each one of you guys close the show here and say thank you for everybody watching, and just in your own little elevator thing, what's your favorite aspect of the TPA?
Cathy, who wants first?
Okay, well, Cathy Poturny, as I said, thank you. Remember, our MO is community, integrity, and wisdom. And I think that the best thing I like about our group is our ability to reach people and give them a path forward. And when you see somebody be thankful and they're succeeding, that's the best gift.
Oscar.
Me gustaría darle las gracias a todos los que han escuchado.
One. I'm pressing one.
Press number 2. Number 1 for English, number 2 for Spanish.
Hey, come join us. Elevate your game. If you're perfect, then you don't need to be with us. If you want to expand, explore new ideas, join us and help. We invite everybody to come through, and we listen to everybody. Everybody has a voice here. We're not discounting anything that you have to say, even if you're a newbie. We entertain crazy ideas, because there's ideas everywhere. Somebody has something that they just came up with, and it's good. We'll rock anything. So come on through, share and love. And the best thing the TPA has is she's right there, Kathy, with a C.
But you forgot the.
Ish, you do that so creepily well.
I know.
Carrie loves
Ronnie.
it. Anyways, Ronnie, go ahead.
Folks, you heard from everybody here. All I could say is thank you, number one, for your support. Thank you, because there's a lot of them on here that I know from my own show and that I've been personally in contact with. So thank you for all the love, the support. Understand this, we're here to stay. Be patient, and we're going to do everything we can to help you one way or another, or help a friend or a family member that you know. Trust us. That's all I can say. And just watch us grow, because we're sticking around. We're going to be there for you.
Absolutely. Ish?
It's easy, man. For us, you imagine that we are the new restaurant around the block. You're going to try it, yes or yes. You like it, you go back. You don't like it, you say, fuck off. So that's us. You like us, welcome. You don't like us, tell us fuck off, and we say, fuck you back to.
Well
It's-
said. Well said. In
Ish,
true
you know,
Ish
you're a man
spirit.
of so many words, Ish.
So-
Really, you know,
He
we don't want to
lines-
fuck anybody off.
He
but
lines
we'll-
he lines them up so perfectly.
you know,
it
we had to
is-
save you to the end, Ish, and this is the way you kiss it goodbye. I'm telling you.
it is how it is, you know. It is, yeah. So it's just try it. You like it? Again, come back. You don't like it? Tell us. I said,
Right.
tell us, fuck off. We might tell you fuck off as well, but tell us. You know,
We won't do that. Just
clearly there's no-
scratch that from the show. Edit the show. Scratch everything that Ish just said. Forget about it.
Clearly,
No.
there's
Well,
no
you know
HR
you
department
guys,
for
that's
the
all.
association.
that's Wison's fucking word.
You
Well-
gotta lose that. You gotta lose that word from that whole vocabulary of yours.
Whoa. We can't ask Ish to change like that. I mean, that's one of my favorite words.
You asking
too,
for
so
too
I
much,
get it.
Ronnie.
I know.
Ish and I have full sentences with just fucking it, like
Yeah.
10 words long, you know, and
We
it's
have a
just
conversation.
fantastic.
We
It's
have
the
a
whole
conversation.
sentence.
At his house, we had a conversation that probably was about 3 hours. And instead for say fuck and fuck you and fuck off, probably we use another 3 words in 3 hours. And it was not 3 words. It was like, good. That was it.
Ay.
Well,
I know.
from the
That's how
bottom
you-
of my heart, guys, you always have a home here on this show. TPA rocks. TPA is being fully supported by this show. I will be joining as a member this year, and I look very forward to it. And I look very forward to supporting and using this platform as much as you guys need to get the word out, to jump on, to say hi, to check in. All but Ish, everybody's welcome back any single time they want. No, I'm just kidding.
All but Ish. Remember, say that again. All but Ish.
When I cough, when I cough, it goes, I mean, I don't know.
Bullshit.
something
That's
happens when I
bullshit.
cough. Bullshit.
So from the bottom of my heart, guys, this was a great show. I thank you guys both for coming on
thank you
and
for having us.
letting yes, absolutely, and letting me grill you all with questions, and we'll have more next year. So we'll
Ryan.
make this a yearly TPA check-in on the show. I would love to have that spot for TPA yearly check-ins for
But,
sure.
Ryan,
Yeah,
again,
but-
mathematics in this country really sucks. You say thank you both. It's thank you 4 of you. No, thank you.
Thank
both.
you all. Thank you all.
You say
all.
both.
You
You
just
say
said
both.
I meant both.
I heard
genders.
you say both.
I did
You say both.
Sorry
You say
about it, all
both.
right? I've never had 4 people on the show
Listen.
before.
When you're a foreigner, you have to put your ear, even if when somebody fart, just the fart come with an accent, I had to go Chinese, Japanese. So I see. I hear
Ryan,
you.
I understood you, honey. It's okay. I understood you, and I appreciate your generosity.
Kathy, you are
From the
welcome
both
to
of
come
us.
back anytime.
Ryan, thank you from the both of us.
Yes. Love you guys. Thank you all very much, and thank you all for watching. This has been another live episode of the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show here in the Smoking Studios, and until we see you all again, smoke what you like, smoke as often as you can, enjoy the fucking TPA. We'll see you guys. Have a
TPA
great
rocks,
one.
baby.
We'll see you guys.